Once we go back to the dashboard, then kind of these new entries have been applied, and it pulls all this in, runs some quick KPIs of what percentage of the budgeted revenue is there, expense, budget, annual increase, etc. And you can see this is where it now shows you those negative balances, and you can start to kind of analyze them along there that were shown in that other report. So first off, you can see that there's negative balances. You can see that the current plan starts at contributions of $342,000 per year is what was written into the reserve fund study for 2024. And it's increasing at a rate of 1.5%. So that's actually pretty low given where inflation is. This should probably be higher, increase each year if you're going to just kind of stay at similar levels to inflation. And the special assessment risk as a result is quite high because you can see there's all these negative balances. So what you can look at is, all right, well, what would that mean for special assessments? You just click this button and it runs this analysis. And so you can see that the total special assessment overall 25 to 30 years that are left in this budget is a little more than $1 million. And that breaks down to $7,900 per unit on average. But that's over the full 25 years. That's not all in year one. You can see there's a fairly large amount that comes in 2026 and 2027. And that's $4,000 to $5,000 combined in those first 2 years right here where we have this special assessment and this special assessment. And then you're pretty good until you get out to year 2042. And at that point, then there's a couple of smaller special assessments and one larger one in 2043. So just quickly analyzes that and shows you what sort of cash calls would be required if you just continue to follow the budget as is, as per the reserve fund study that was written a couple years prior, and understand that. The other thing you can do is, all right, well, the reserve fund study, there's a lot more inflation occurred. Maybe we contributed a little less than was in the budget. And so we have a bit of a shortfall occurring. What would that mean for fee increase or contribution increase into the reserve? So you can click that button, it reruns this assessment and basically builds out, and you can see it's tapered. So what you would have to do if you just wanted fees, no special assessments at all, is from 2024 to 2026, you would need to increase fees by $208,000, which is $1,500 and $1,579 per unit per year additional fees. So what is that, like $120 roughly, $130 per month additional fees in that 3-year period of time. Then come 2027, you can back that off to where it's only $654. And in 2028, then through to 2024, it's $158. So like $15 per month additional fees to avoid the special assessments that we had projected in 2043 and 2044. And then once we get out to past 2045, then it goes back down to 0 fee increase and just back to the regular schedule. So that's basically how it kind of takes last year's financials, builds you a nice report, and then applies that out over 30 years so that you can see new projections on fees, special assessments, etc.